Please rise for the presentation of the colors and for the national anthems of the United States of America and Japan.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glares, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Kimi ga yo wa chiyo ni ya chiyo ni sazare ichi no iwa hoto narite koke no muzu made.
Please take your seats. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of myself, Ms. Mintz, the faculty, and the staff of E.J. King, I want to welcome everyone and thank you for being with us tonight. To our distinguished guest, Captain Michael Fontaine, Commander of Fleet Activity Sasebo, cherished family members and friends, members of our community, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. It's my great honor and privilege to welcome you to the Ernest J. King High School graduation ceremony. Seniors, what an incredible moment this is. You are an exceptional group of young men and women, and it has been a true joy to see you excel this year. As your new principal, this was our first time getting to know each other, and I've treasured every opportunity to witness your growth, resilience, and spirit. It feels just like yesterday that we kicked off the school year, looking ahead to what seemed like a far-off graduation day. From that very first senior class meeting, we rolled up our sleeves and got to work, planning, organizing, and preparing for this milestone. And now, here we are. E.J. King's class of 2025 has 37 graduates, 11 are graduating with honors, 27 have taken at least one advanced placement course, 31 students are attending college, and one has received a military academy appointment. 3 are enlisting into the armed forces, and 2 are joining the workforce. The class of 2025 has been awarded over $1.14 million in scholarships. Incredible. The last 2 weeks have been filled with both endings and beginnings. You've experienced your final exams and your last seminar periods, your last senior class meeting, grad walk, and your last day of high school. Tonight marks the culmination of your high school journey. We started this week with a wonderful senior awards brunch, recognizing your academic, athletic, and leadership achievements. This evening, we'll hear from our esteemed guest speaker, Captain Fontaine, and in just a few moments, you will walk across this stage, not just as students, but as graduates. You're ready to take your first steps into the next chapter of your lives. My favorite poet, Mary Oliver, once asked, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" Let that question guide you as you move forward, boldly, bravely, and with the confidence of a cobra. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the E.J. King Class of 2025 Salutatorian, Bobe Haygood.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, could you all smile for the picture? Thank you. Okay. Hello, my name is Bobe Haygood, and I'm graduating. A lot of you here are too. I should begin by thanking not only my parents, but every single student, teacher, and friend that I've met this year, yada yada. You've heard it all. I am eternally indebted. I understand that we're all tired and incredibly bored, so I'll keep this brief. I am just as young and inexperienced as every single one of you who are going to pass the stage tonight. I don't have any words of wisdom or crazy philosophical advice to pass on to you. What I do know is that every student here is a bundle of potential. No matter what you plan on doing in the future, even if it's nothing at all, I know for a fact that there's a future out there in which you make it, wherever that finish line is for you. Start a family or don't, get your degree or don't. It's your life. Take it, make it your own. Find your own definition, your own purpose. If you decide that your chosen values tell you to ignore whatever junk I'm saying up here, then do that. Be yourself. Yes, it's corny, but I bet your mom likes it. Good luck. I love you guys. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the E.J. King Class of 2025 Valedictorian, Vincent Lin.
A college essay prompt once asked me this: if I had 10 minutes and the attention of 1 million people, what message would I say? Fortunately for you and me, there aren't 1 million people here, and I didn't get into that college anyway, so I won't bore you with the details tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, faculty, administration, distinguished guests, regular guests, parents, siblings, and of course, fellow seniors of the class of 2025. Today is an exciting day. Today, I'm going to give you a speech. Though before I dive into the bulk of it, I first need to give thanks to those that have given me the opportunity to stand here before you. To my mother, for caring for me, for feeding me endless amounts of delicious food, and for driving me to school those days that it rained, and sometimes when it didn't. To my father, a newly made Master Chief, for instilling in me a sense of discipline, strength, and no-nonsense mindset only a hardened Navy chief could. Your cooking was pretty good too. To my friends, for helping me enjoy life and cultivating memories to last a lifetime. To all of my teachers and administrators for guiding our class during the first steps of our life and for fostering an appreciation for learning possible nowhere else. And of course, to ChatGPT and Copilot for working tirelessly to help me review those many late nights. Now to address what's on everybody's minds, the fact that the class of 2025 is the most awesome and attractive class of them all. Not only is 2025 a multiple of 45 times 45, the first perfect square year since 1936, and the only one until 2116, but we have also endured countless struggles here during our path at E.J. King. We've thrived despite constant moves, a shift to virtual school during a worldwide pandemic, and asbestos, apparently. Thankfully, you guys escaped that hospital building before I got here. But that brings me to my first point, not the asbestos, but the countless struggles that we have endured and what awaits us these coming years. Aside from the fact that 2025 is a perfect square, and we happen to be graduating that same year, it would be foolish of me to say it's a perfect year to further our education or enter the workforce. Given the politics, inflation, and extremely complex state of the world, just over halfway through this decade, it's going to be easy being drowned in the newness of being on our own for the first time. But we can never back down, never give up. This newness and fear is an avenue for growth, one that will open doors to invaluable knowledge and relationships to come. Our future will undoubtedly be hard, though our successes will only be defined by how we take advantage of those hardships. If anything, remember this. Famous singer-songwriter, as well as renowned street poet, Taylor Swift once said, "Life isn't about how to survive the storm, it's about how to dance in the rain." During my short 2 years here, I've met most, if not all, of my graduating class and experienced very uniquely Sasebo. With this, I'd like to share one final point. Always stay true to yourself and live a life of authenticity. As I've mentioned, and you probably already know, it's a very rocky and unstable time to step out into the real world. A time where we could easily be negatively influenced. You are all such amazing people shaped by the values you stand for, finding strength in the power of diversity. These values we have shared with one another, and the values that we have disagreed upon were the keys to our discourse and the great connections we have made these past 4 years. And in the end, it's those connections that matter. No one will care about our grades or popularity in high school once we leave, but instead, our relationships, who we were as a person, and the legacies we have left behind. As we move forward in life, continue to follow your own path and build bridges through a life of authenticity. Class of 2025, it's been a blast these past 2 years with you, and truly from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the very, very best.
Thank you, Bobe, and thank you, Vincent. Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my distinct pleasure to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, Captain Michael Fontaine.
Minasan, konbanwa. Graduates of the class of 2025, your family, your friends, your teachers, welcome. Do not be afraid that the printout of this speech is 14 pages long, because I printed it in 32-point font so I can try to read it without glasses. I do apologize. I graduated high school in 1994, 31 years ago this month. I remember things from the 90s as if they were yesterday, not some unknown dark era before Y2K. There was a song that came out in 1997 that is almost a cliche, especially today on graduation day, but its lyrics, I think, are so appropriate. I'm going to focus on some of those today. The song is by Green Day, and it is called Good Riddance, Time of Your Life. Today you stand at the edge of something new. You've counted down to this day. You've circled this date on your calendar. You've dreamt about it. You might have joked about it in your group chats. But now it's here, and it maybe feels a little surreal. A little bit exciting, a little bit terrifying, and a lot like the lyrics of the song that begins. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist and directs you where to go. Maybe you didn't understand these words when you first heard them. But as someone who's lived on bases, crossed oceans, changed schools, and said more goodbyes than you can count, you now know what they mean. Some people grow up with childhood photos that are all taken in the same house, under the same tree in the front yard, with the same bedroom walls. Your walls were different shades of government issue white. Maybe somewhere in the United States, maybe here in Sasebo, Japan. Your life was measured in deployments and homecomings and countdowns to that next move. And just when you settled in, it was time to go once again. That's the rhythm of the military life, but it's also a lesson in resilience. Because every move taught you how to begin again, how to walk into the new cafeteria with your head up high, your heart pounding, not knowing a single face, how to say, hey, nice to meet you, and possibly even goodbye in that very same breath. How to fall in love with those individual places that you eventually had to leave, and how you met all those people that I hope you never forget. When you moved to Japan, you were probably pretty nervous. A new language, a new culture, new vending machines with hot and cold drinks, and sometimes food. But over time you learned. You walked through temples and shrines that are way older than even our country in America. You ate sushi way better than anything back home. You walked under sakura blossoms in the spring. You lit sparklers by the ocean in the summer. You learned how to bow. You learned how to listen. You learned that home isn't a place. Sometimes it's a feeling, a collection of people, a snapshot in time. And it brings me to all of you, this class of 2025. This is not the end, nor is it a beginning. It's just a transition. Another chapter in your life, another turning point, a fork in the road. Whether you met each other at Sasebo Elementary or Darby Elementary, or maybe this semester at E.J. King, this place, this group, is another version of your home. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hang it on a shelf in good health and good times. There are so many still frames that I know you are hanging on that shelf. That first time you didn't get lost in Sasebo. The teacher who noticed when you were struggling, even when you tried to hide it. The group project that turned into a group of best friends, your sports games, spirit weeks, those awkward dances, those class Zoom calls through COVID, and yes, even those. And one day when you laughed so hard in class that you forgot about that quiz that you were about to fail. Maybe those hallway moments, the offhand compliments, or just that ordinary Tuesday that ended up being so unforgettable. You never know when the last time will be your last time. In military life, you've learned that quickly. So you start to pay attention to much smaller things. The way your best friend says your name, the bench where you always eat at lunch, those inside jokes that only your closest friends understand. Because those are the things that stay with you, even when you go. So make the best of this test, and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. Being military children is not easy. It means missing birthdays with family back home, watching friends move away, goodbyes that you don't want to say, and sometimes maybe didn't get to. But for all those challenges, this life gave you perspective. It taught you that people are more alike than different, that the world is vast and full of beauty, and that kindness is a universal language. It also taught you to appreciate every moment, to hold on to the present, even as the future rushes towards you. And now, you are all facing that future together. Some of you will stay here. Some of you will go to college. Some of you will join the military. Some will travel. And some of you don't even quite know yet. And that's okay. Wherever you go, you take pieces of each other with you. Because everything you've experienced, the moves, the classes, the heartbreaks, the friendships, they've shaped who you are right now. This moment, this night, this ceremony is proof that for what it's worth, it was worth all the while. Something unpredictable, but in the end, it's right. None of you could have predicted exactly how this would have gone. Some of you imagined senior year would look a lot different. You didn't predict the challenges, the lost time, the pivots that you had to make, but you adapted. You showed up, and you succeeded. You created something beautiful in the midst of unpredictability. And I hope that you had the time of your life. walking the halls, laughing with all of your friends, learning from teachers, making mistakes, getting stronger, and saying yes to some weird, wonderful, fleeting moment. To the teachers of E.J. King, thank you for not just teaching them lessons from a textbook, but for giving them patience, understanding, and encouragement when they needed it most. You gave them roots when their lives felt like they were always in motion. To your families, thank you for being their constants, for packing those boxes, for unpacking those boxes, for making every place feel like home, even when everything around them changed. And to all of you, have no doubt, you are warriors in your own right. Quietly brave, endlessly adaptable. You will not get any medal for the journey that you have been through, but never doubt the strength that it gave you. And no matter what tomorrow looks like, whether you're flying to that new base, moving into a dorm, going to basic training, going to college indoc, or just trying to figure it out, I hope you carry this moment with you. And no matter where you go next, I hope you'll be able to say with no regrets that you indeed had the time of your life. Thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2025. We will see you at your next turning point or fork in the road.
Thank you, Captain Fontaine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Lewis, our esteemed music teacher, who will be presenting the names of our graduates this evening.
Now, it is my pleasure to present to you the E.J. King High School class of 2025. Felicity Abbey. Felicity will be attending Gaston College. Aman Alapur Kashki. Aman will be attending Point Park University. Carly Allen. Carly will be attending community college in California. Tyler Alston. Tyler will be attending William Peace University. Sean Carlo Bautista. Sean will be attending University of Maryland Global Campus. Miu Best. Miu will be attending East Carolina University. Moa Best. Moa will be attending International Christian University. Alexandra Bautorf. Alexandra will be attending Les Cordons Bleus of Paris, France. Thomas Davis. Thomas will be attending Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Claire Christine Del Pilar. Claire will be entering the Navy. Antonio Diaz. Antonio will be attending University of California, Riverside. Laura Doherty. Laura will be attending International Christian University. Alec Bryce Ecker. Alec will be entering the Navy. Andrea Garcia. Andrea will be taking a gap year and travel the world. Sarah Goldman. Sarah will be attending Hillsborough College. Bobe Haygood. Bobe will be attending University of Hawaii at Manoa. Arona Headley. Arona will be attending Washington State University. Amaya Helmandaler. Amaya will be taking a gap year. Jesse Jones. Jesse will be entering the workforce. Peter Kosminski. Peter will be entering the Navy. Pia Andrea Lagrido. Pia will be attending University of Guam. Sage Liederman. Sage will be entering the Naval Academy. Vincent Lin. Vincent will be attending University of Washington. Kaylee Mappa. Kaylee will be attending University of Maryland Global Campus. Maggie McDonald. Maggie will be attending College College. Kent Monto. Kent will be entering the Air Force. Damian Perez. Damian will be attending Point Park University. Jeremy Phillips. Jeremy will be attending United International College. Jesus Puel. Jesus will be attending Temple University. Neo Purification. Neil will be attending San Diego State University. Adrian Ramirez. Adrian will be entering the Navy. Carby Raphael. Carby will be attending Miami-Dade College. Aaliyah Regala. Aaliyah will be attending Florida State University. Iki Sato Altamirano. Iki will be attending Sophia University. Kayla Scott. Kayla will be attending Savannah College of Art and Design. Kaya Stewart West. Kaya will be attending Chaminade University of Honolulu. Juliana Zyrene Vivar. Juliana will be attending San Diego State University. Thank you, Captain Fontaine, Principal Gamble, and Assistant Principal Mintz.
The class of 2025 is giving Captain Fontaine a gift as a thank you for speaking for us tonight. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Principal Gamble, will you please come forward to certify and accept the class of 2025?
Graduates, please stand. Since you have received your diploma, it is time to move your tassels from the right to the left. As principal, I certify that these seniors have met all the requirements set forth for graduation. On behalf of the Department of Defensive Education Activity Director, Dr. Beth Navarro, Regional Director for Student Excellence, Ms. Lois Rapp, and Pacific East Superintendent, Dr. Jacqueline Ferguson, by the authority vested in me as principal of Ernest James King Middle High School, and by the Department of Defense Education Activity, I hereby declare you graduates of the class of 2025. Families, get your cameras ready for our cap toss. Parents, honored guests, and graduates, now is the moment you've all been waiting for. Graduates of the E.J. King class of 2025, you are dismissed.